It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I had the privilege to interview the Boston Pride NWHL, McKenna Brand. How are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Can you talk about your professional career and how you got started?
Well, I guess just coming out of Northeastern, I kind of always knew that I wanted to play in the NWHL. I guess for me, it just was figuring out which team I wanted to play for, because I was originally drafted by the Riveters. I didn't really want to move to New York City. So I guess for me, it was just deciding on whether or not I wanted to play in Minnesota, where I'm from, or out in Boston. And I went to college at Northeastern. I just honestly love the city of Boston. A lot of my friends are still out here, so it was a pretty easy decision for me to want to stay out in the great city of Boston.
What is the process like of going from a team that you got drafted to and not wanting to play for that team to go to like a team like Boston Pride?
Yeah, I think that the coach just reached out that summer after college, and I just kind of had said, I don't know if this is necessarily the right fit for me, and obviously they're not going to want to sign somebody that doesn't necessarily want to play there. So I guess for me then it was just reaching out to the teams that I'd wanted to play for and kind of going from there.
What was your playing experience like at Northeastern University?
I loved my time at Northeastern. It was honestly a great experience. It was kind of cool to take a program that was pretty good and kind of bring it to a new level. We came in with a really big class my year, and obviously got to play with some incredible players and just great coaching staff. I have a lot of my best friends from Northeastern, and just overall such a great experience that I had there.
What was the process like of signing to the Boston Pride?
I think Paul had emailed me shortly after graduating, and just asked if I was considering staying out in Boston. And at that time I didn't really know, and I kind of just said I'm kind of thinking of staying home in Minnesota, and left it at that. And I think a month later I was like, yeah, actually I kind of want to stay out here. And then we just had a couple of conversations on the phone and signed. Yeah.
What is a typical game day like before COVID with Boston Pride?
I guess for me, I wouldn't say they're like crazy superstitions, but I guess before I typically like to have like a good breakfast, and then I'll actually go to the grocery store. I like to get my groceries, just kind of go for a walk, and actually kind of meal prep, just so I'm staying busy and not getting too nervous and amped up before the game. Then usually have the same pregame meal. Then I actually live in the same town as one of my teammates, Julian Dempsey. So she'll come pick me up, and then we'll head over to Warrior.
What are some of your accomplishments while with the Boston Pride?
I guess obviously from a team perspective, winning the cup was, probably one of the best moments in my hockey career, or it was the best moment of my hockey career. And then I guess personally, I think that the thing that was the biggest to me was when coach pulled me aside and told me that I was going to be an assistant captain this year. I thought that was something that was really special to me. It was something that, super humbling to, wear a letter for a professional team, and just, the great team of the Boston Pride, so, and just to be a captain alongside Julian Dempsey and Kaitlyn Frackin was something that was, really cool to me.
Once you get to the stadium, what are some of your game day rituals?
I typically just tape my stick, kind of listen to the same music, do the same warm-up routine, usually visualize, look at the ice for a little bit, and then get ready. Nothing too crazy.
What is it like playing with Kaitlyn, Frackin, and Julian Dempsey?
I mean, it's an honor to play with them. They're incredible humans. Like they're great people. They're amazing hockey players as well. I feel like I've learned so much from them on and off the ice the past 3 years playing with them. Yeah, and like I said, they're awesome people. So I feel like I've learned a lot from them off the ice as well, which has been, really cool.
What was the feeling like for you whenever you put on the Boston Pride jersey for the first time?
I mean, it's a huge honor. I feel like there's a lot of respect that comes with playing in Boston for Boston sports in general. So I think just to be able to put it on and be like, hey, I'm here, I'm playing professional hockey. Like it was a pretty cool feeling.
Can you talk about, of course, the time winning the Isobel Cup this year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this year was a difficult year. It was definitely not all sunshine and rainbows for our team. It was, a struggle. I think there's a certain time, I think it was like November, we had already been practicing for like 4 months. And I mean, I was even like, holy cow, like we still have a long time to go before we're even playing games. So I think there was a little stretch for everyone where we were like, wow, like this is, a long haul to play a short amount of games. But ultimately we, got through it, and up in Lake Placid, it wasn't the ideal outcome that we had wanted there, just with COVID. And as a team, I don't think that we were playing our best hockey. But, towards the end, we kind of put it together. And I think coming out of the bubble, we were pretty confident in the way that we were playing. I think that we were clicking really well, just a lot of chemistry in the lines and in deep pairs. And I feel like our goalies are both really confident coming out of there. So I think going into like that month of practice leading up to the Cup finals, we were all feeling pretty good and confident about what we were going to do with our 2 games in Boston.
Was there a point in the season where you thought that the season was going to get canceled due to COVID?
I mean, definitely when the bubble ended, it was kind of that, sinking feeling of like, oh, this is going to be the same thing that happened last year kind of thing. And I mean, I didn't have a ton of hope, to be honest with you, like once that was canceled. But I mean, it was pretty shortly after that we had found out that, this was going to be a thing that they were really going to try their best to make happen for us. And I'm really, really glad that they did. And just to still have the games be on TV and have that coverage was huge as well. So.
Can you talk about, of course, the time in Lake Placid winning the Isobel Cup?
Yeah, well, I mean, after Lake Placid, we came back and we played it in Boston. So we ended up finishing up the season in Warrior, which was great because the bubble happened and people ended up getting COVID and we had to shut that down. But yeah, I mean, again, it was a whirlwind of an experience, but honestly, one that had a lot of learning outcomes, I think, for me as a person, from a leadership point, and as a hockey player as well. So, I mean, it was overall a great experience and one I wouldn't trade for the world.
What was the feeling like whenever you hoisted up the Isobel Cup for the first time?
It was a great feeling. I think for me, it was seeing, Jill grab it and give it to Kaitlyn right away, because Kaylee's been in the league for, I think, 6 years now, and she hadn't won the cup yet. So I think, seeing her being able to hoist it and be like, yes, I finally did it. That was, I think, the moment for me that I was like, wow, yeah, like all this hard work was definitely worth it.
What do you look forward to accomplishing in this upcoming year?
I mean, I think just putting together another good team. I think, like, I trust a coaching staff that they're going to put together a good group of players and better people as well. I think that's part of the reason why our team is so successful, is because we all get along really well. We have pretty good team culture and chemistry and whatnot. So yeah, I expect them to put together, a team that'll win on the ice and, be good people off the ice.
What are some of your future plans in this upcoming year?
I mean, I definitely intend to play for the Boston Pride again. Just continue to work on my skill and try to get better throughout the off season as well.
What advice would you have upcoming college athletes looking to make it into professional hockey?
I mean, I think for me in college, I struggled with consistency, especially in my first 2 years. So I think to not get too frustrated with yourself if you're struggling to find that consistency, especially in, your freshman and sophomore years. And then honestly, just have fun with it and work hard. And, you know, like I said, I feel like yeah, you need to be a good hockey player, but you also need to be a good teammate and good person off the ice. And those types of things are going to go a long way. Yeah. And again, I mean, just doing the little things right, I think is the best piece of advice I could give anybody, like a little kid that's wanting to play college hockey or somebody that's in college hockey that wants to play professionally.
What advice would you give upcoming future professional hockey players and current hockey players playing now?
I mean, again, like I said, I feel like, focusing on the little things, I think, understanding that you're not going to get to where you want to go overnight. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but again, just to not get frustrated and just keep working hard and have fun with it.
Who are some of the players that you look up to playing against?
Playing against? I mean, I've always respected and appreciated the way that Allie Thunstrom plays. I think that she's such a hardworking player, and she's gone through a lot. And I think, every time that we play against her, you really got to respect the way that she plays. And she's a challenge.
Where can my listeners find you at on social media?
I mean, I have Twitter and Instagram. I honestly don't really know if I know my handles, but you can just look up my name, McKenna Brand, and you'd probably find it.
Thank you again, McKenna Brand, for your interview, and best of luck in your future with the Boston Pride.
Thank you so much for having me.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, McKenna Brand, for your interview, and best of luck.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.